Hey guys, today I am going to be starting a new type of video, and I used to do these all the time before I took that really long hiatus, and I really love doing it, and that is where I do film reviews. So basically once a month, this is what I'll be planning to do on this channel. Mainly it's going to be just 2 film reviews, pretty short because I don't have the ability to go into major depth about all the little details. I'm not savvy with the film knowledge and stuff like that, so it's just basically what I liked and what I didn't like about the films and stuff like that. So I'm gonna put this big baby down. For just this once, I'm gonna be doing 3 reviews because, for one, I really wanted to share these films with you, and the other reason is that I was able to watch 3 films. So the first film that I watched was Captain Phillips, starring Tom Hanks and Barkhed Abdi. I really hope I pronounced his name right. So this film is based on a true story. Captain Phillips captains a freight ship, I think, and it's unarmed. And they're going through a part of the ocean where a lot of pirates roam. And so being an unarmed ship is a pretty scary thing. And gets more scary for Captain Phillips when these Somalian pirates target their ship. They take all the measures that they are required to do, and they do everything that they possibly can to keep them off the ship. But Muse, who is the leader of these pirates, finds the way onto the ship, and they take Captain Phillips hostage. So when we first begin the film, you're introduced to Captain Phillips when he's leaving the house to go to the airport with his wife, and they're talking together about some issues with their son. And right at that moment, I was just like, is this going to be like really slow? Is this not going to be exciting? Because it's really starting out really slow. And here's the thing. They did an amazing job in tricking me, because I really did not think I was liking this film all that much until I was pretty much yelling at the Navy SEALs to get their butts in gear and just, save them, because you guys are taking way too long. And that's when I realized that they did something really brilliant. They built up the tension really great by slowly developing it into this big crescendo at the end, and you're just like, oh my gosh. They capture you with you getting to know the captain, with the way he is relating to his wife and his child, and then on the ship where you get to know him as a captain in relation to his crew and the way he handles all the situations, and then you just feel like you're connected to Captain Phillips. And it was just all brilliantly done, the way that they paced it all out, the fact that they didn't use a lot of music, and that brought the tension even more higher. Loved it. And not only that, Tom Hanks, I mean, come on people, Tom Hanks is amazing. I really love his ability to act in such diverse roles. It was to the point where I really forgot that Tom Hanks was in this film, that Tom Hanks was really Captain Phillips, and I was watching Captain Phillips dealing with these pirates. And Barkhed Abdi, I don't know if this is the first time or if he's been in other films. I haven't seen him before, so I wouldn't know. But he was brilliant as Muse. And the film, everything about this film was really great. I felt that they did an honest and straightforward take on this story, and I appreciated that because it felt more honest and more believable, because they didn't do no fancy work, which I always have issues with when they do nonfiction works, because I feel like they always feel like they need to fancify and make it more exciting and stuff. And it was exciting just because of the story itself. They didn't use any devices or anything to make it more exciting, and I just really appreciate it. I'm going to be reading more on Captain Phillips, trying to search him out to see how close this film did go with it, or how much liberties they did with it. But really, I feel like they did a good job just by the little I have heard about Captain Phillips. So I gave this film 5 stars. Then I watched The Butler starring Oprah Winfrey and Forest Whitaker, and this film was directed by Lee Daniels. This film is also based on a true story. It's about a White House butler who served as a butler for 8 presidents over 3 decades. And this film not only portrayed what it was like for him as an African American serving as a butler in the White House, you're also shown how he and his family were affected by the civil rights movements to the Vietnam and beyond. He was living in a time of great change in America. There's a lot of crazy things going on. And I'll say for this film is I really liked it. I think it was great to see a little bit more of what it was like for someone of African American descent living in a time like that, and also being around all these presidents who were maybe not so crazy about the civil rights movement, or they didn't really care about it, or they were racist themselves, and having to just stand there and take all these things that they were saying and just let it slide off the back. And I really liked all that. I liked the perspective that it gave. It was a very different perspective than anything that I've ever read about or watched before. So that I really liked. But it didn't have the impact that I was looking for. And I really felt that because there's all these big actors and actresses in there, like Oprah Winfrey, as I mentioned, and Forest Whitaker, and Robin Williams, and John Cusack, and several others that are well known. I just felt like because there are all these people in there that everybody knows about, it was supposed to be good. Like, they made you feel you were supposed to really love it because there's all these great actors and they're great. So of course it's going to be a good movie. But it really didn't have that impact that I was looking for. I felt like they were making you expect too much, and just because you have all these big names in there doesn't mean it's going to be a good film, and it really wasn't that great of a film. It was good. I will say it was good, but it wasn't great. And I really didn't like the ending all that well. I just felt kind of left you off with this, like, what? Could have given us just a little bit more finality to it, but maybe that was their point. And when it came to the ending itself, Forest Whitaker was the best part of this film. Oprah Winfrey was really good, but Forest Whitaker was the best. I think that he did a really great job in portraying this man who's dealing with a lot of things all at once, or it's just a lot of things piling up over the years, and how he as a person had to adapt and change with the times. So I really just appreciated the story. I just didn't really think it was all that well done. So I gave this movie 4 stars. Then the last film was a film that I was looking forward to so freaking much, and that was The Lone Ranger. This stars Johnny Depp and Armie Hammer and was directed by Gore Verbinski. So this film is a comedy film. Everybody knows basically if Johnny Depp is in a film, it's going to be hilarious. So this film is about how Tonto and Lone Ranger meet, and basically just how Lone Ranger becomes the Lone Ranger. When we enter into this story, into this world, you see a boy who's dressed up like the Lone Ranger, and he enters into this tent, and inside he meets the old Tonto, and old Tonto starts to tell him the story of how he met the Lone Ranger. And right away, you're like, okay, the old Tonto is old, so he might have some kind of dementia or Alzheimer's or something, so maybe he's forgetting things, and you're just like, he's not really reliable of a narrator. And it was brilliantly done in that fact because it was a great twist, and everything connects at the end, and you feel satisfied, and you're just like, cool, that was amazing. Because I kind of wasn't really liking the fact that they were using that device, but when I realized how they were using it and why they were using it, I was like, yes, that's great. Okay, now I understand. And the story itself, when you take away the narrator type thing, was brilliant. I loved the humor. Johnny Depp is a great comedian in that. Basically, that was the only reason why I was watching this film, was because of Johnny Depp. Armie Hammer was good as the Lone Ranger. Like, his whole personality and the way that he portrayed John Ride was good. But Johnny Depp just, like, overshadowed him every single time. And that might not have been that good of an idea, because this is supposed to be about Lone Ranger. But maybe that was what they were trying to do. They were trying to emphasize Tonto a little bit more. But overall, I mean, it was hilarious. This film was hilarious. And, I mean, come on, Johnny Depp is fucking hilarious. So, the story progressed really well done. All the connections and all the things that were there was great. And, I mean, it was kind of predictable, but it really didn't matter in the long run, because you were just watching it because it was hilarious and it was a lot of fun to watch. And I'm gonna give it a 5-star now. If any of you have watched any of these films, tell me down below what you thought of them, if you agree with me or not. Let's just have a little chat down below about these films and all that craziness. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you saw, don't forget to like, comment, and sub, and I will see you in the next one.